Okay, so this video is meant to share just about everything I know for the staircase room that might come across as useful. This is the staircase room here, this is what it looks like. So it's a common room that generates indoors on the facility layout. I'm sure you've seen it a lot. First, I'm going to be showing spots that you can kill enemies without them being able to injure you. This is the first spot here, and I'm going to be demonstrating these spots at first on thumpers, and then after I'll show the other enemies that these can work on once you get the idea. So once you're here, and with any spot I recommend backing up a little bit, because if you're too close he'll likely start biting you and then that hurts, so don't do that. This spot works and looks pretty similar to the last spot I just showed. It's on the other side of the room, but on the short side of the upper stairs. I recommend with any spot that you get the attention of the enemy before trying to bring it to the area that you want to have it at, because otherwise they might just roam around and not really care about you. Here he finally sees me after I chase him down. I get into the spot and he behaves like pretty similar to the last spot, where he just sits still, doesn't really care about his life, and then dies. So that's mainly because there's a solid wall next to him, and in this next clip coming up I'm going to show the same spot, but instead of a solid wall there's a open door frame, and in an attempt for the thumper to try to attack me, he's gonna pathfind up next to the wall that I'm by and try to hit me through the wall. So if this door is open, I recommend just using a different spot altogether. I'll demonstrate what happens, like here, example, if he has enough room, he'll try to come up against the wall next to me to hit me. If you're standing up, he can actually bite you. I was waiting to see if he would bite me. Gonna wait for him to come around. He bites me right here, I'm in God, but it doesn't do damage. If you're crouched, he can't hit you in the first place. So that's what I wanted to show, that this spot is still viable, even if he goes up against the wall, you can just crouch. The next position is in the middle of the room on this weird pipe amalgamation. I don't really know what it's supposed to be, honestly, but yeah, that's what I'm going to be using. To get in the right position and not get hit, once you jump onto this gray beam, you have to back down slightly, and his pathing's going to start to stutter. I jump twice so that he comes over to me faster. Then after that, I'm just able to hit him, and he can't really do much about it. Sucka. Okay, so unlike the other spots that generate with the room every time, this is not always going to be there. It's only when a door generates opening inwards on the bottom floor that you're actually going to be able to use it. But for the sake of the video, I want to still show it anyways. This is the same thing, technically, well, same concept. I just wanted to show that even though the conditions are a little bit different, that the spot does still work over here. Now I'll get into the other enemies in which these spots work on, such as the masked. I want to recommend don't stand too close to the railing. He'll just grab you, and that's bad because he vomits in your mouth. Here's that eight-legged cutie, the spider, or the bunker spider, I guess, but whatever, who cares about his name? I'm just gonna beat him up. For the bunker spider, though, he's got a couple tricks. He, if you're using the spot in the middle of the room, He can just go in the floor, so I recommend using a different spot. Yeah, the last enemy here I'll show is a hoarding bug. It's just the same couple of spots. I want to give a reminder that every enemy is a little bit different and has their own hitbox variation. This could take some getting used to if you want to practice in your own save. I put the mod code for the mods that I'm using in the description of the video. This doesn't really happen or come into use, it's pretty rare, but for the sake of the video, I'm just going to show that there's a circuit breaker that sometimes spawns on the bottom floor. If you stand on it, you can use it to avoid enemies. The masked enemy people and the hoarding bug are the only two you can actually hit with a shovel in this spot, so it's not that useful. By the way, also, all these spots can be used to stay safe from every enemy in the game, besides like the nutcracker, because he has a gun, you'll get shot. Here's me trying to hit the spider. He's too far. It's not working. Here's the thumper. His collision does push me, but I keep walking backwards so that I don't fall off. The next clip upcoming is going to be an actual example of how you can use some of these spots to hold the attention of enemies.
Yeah, you're going the right way.
Which way?
It's this way, it's this way.
Come on.
Right here, right here.
Connor, I'm big. Connor, I'm big. Connor, I'm big. Connor.
But now they're gonna be after Siniik though. Now they're gonna be after Siniik. Maybe we should take aggro.
Hey.
Yo, boys. Here, pitch. I'm gonna hold aggro here. I'm gonna hold aggro here. I got it for Siniik. Siniik's actually probably gonna be able to get out. Big plays here. Big plays happening. Yo, Siniik.
I'm coming.
I'm holding aggro for you. You should actually be fine. Come to my boys. I'm holding aggro.
Okay. Give me a second, give me a
Yeah. Check this shit out. It's strats, bro.
alright.
Up there. It's up there. It's up there. You have to go past
Oh,
them.
it's up there.
Yeah, it's up there.
Okay.
For thumpers, I want to show that this is the best spot to hold their attention. I have somebody come help me out. They just walk right through the thumper taking damage. I wasn't really expecting it. It's funny. They don't really know how to play the game, which is a perfect example to show that the thumper is not going to switch off on me. You can come over, hit it, you can like emote with it, talk to it, you can do whatever you want with it, honestly. Here's some movement tricks I got keystrokes on. Maybe if that helps. First jump here is railing to railing. This metal bar here has collision. Don't slam your head on it. You'll probably fall in the pit and then die. So, reminder that the game has a jump delay. Press jump and then your movement key after. Here I'm gonna use the jump delay to my advantage. I crouch up and then I press space and my movement key after. It'll push me out of the object that my head was clipped into, and then I'll be able to jump off the air. You don't even need to crouch to do this, but it is useful to close the distance and make it like a shorter jump. Here this jump is pretty tall. As you can see, I barely make it up. It's going to take a little bit to get used to. I think it's a little bit harder of timing than the last one I showed. Once again, bar above your head, so jump away from the wall. There's two pipes here, so they'll block you from actually being able to get over the railing, unfortunately. Just keep that in mind, basically. Here I just run around in circles. It's basically the last thing I just showed, but I do it more. I don't know. You can watch it if you want to. It was a good habit to get into to just scan the whole room. Items can be completely covered by this object. You can still interact with them and grab it, so it's not that big of a deal. This is pretty rare, but sometimes stop signs and yield signs can spawn like up against a wall, so you're not able to scan them. This is something that you probably wouldn't like notice unless you knew to check, or if you saw it on cams. You can actually interact with fire exits through the floor above you to save time. This isn't going to work if the fire exit is below you and you're trying to interact with it beneath the floor. So if the fire exit spawns on the opposite side of the room, you have to use one of the yellow railings to reach it. Here's an out of bounds extension ladder clip setup that will let you actually be able to grab your full handed item as well as your extension ladder on your way out. Alright, well, that's about it for this video. I tried to share everything I knew for this room. I hope you learned something new, and if you made it this far, then thanks for watching. Here's a bonus clip of a pretty much useless, but probably the weirdest way to get to the upper floor.